The truth and grace of the world surrounds us such that we miss it because it is right in front of us and we don't recognize it because of its omnipresence. But poetry is our gateway to this beautiful, sometimes beautifully ugly world. It's a gateway to our truths. A meaning without questions. I thought I would step out and leave some sorrow behind. But the sun is a spotlight, refusing hiding places. And I want to die, but life sends bowers of flowers above and slow caterpillars across. A breeze which ruffles my hair, a hive bursting out in exuberance, as if to show that there is space for pain in a bursting heart, because nothing is ordinary, and even the quietest life is meaning without a need for questions. Because nothing is ordinary, and even the quietest life is meaning without a need for questions. Time and again I have wanted to die. Oh, there were reasons enough. A bruising fight at home, an extreme embarrassment outside, an absolute absence of intimacy when I was bereft of everything I cared for. Of course, there was an absolute lack of balance, a misreading of circumstances, an extreme reaction. But far more critical was what the universe laid out for me in those times. I found an iridescent evening full of orange and purple thrown my way. When I stepped out into a budding dawn after a sleepless night, the trees bent down to caress me. The snails stopped their steady progress in the walking path to wave at me with their tiny antlers. I met a stranger who paid for my change in a coffee shop. Poori kainaat. The whole universe was conspiring to tell me, abide, hold on, you are not alone. And I was glad that I noticed. Time and again, I wake up to the blessings of a world which never stops giving. Of course, it's always there for the seeing. It's we who ignore the signs and the colors and the aromas of a world which is crying out loud to be experienced. It's we who internalize our senses such that we awake to our minutest emotional tremor but miss out the broad strokes visible everywhere. But much more than that, the message to us continuously is that meaning is not a derivative or an equation. It is a presence to be embraced without suspecting payback or a happenstance seeking a prize. Once we realize this, the entire grace of the world is out for the taking. This is Sunil Bhandari and you are listening to Uncut Poetry. If you enjoyed this poem, rate it on Spotify or leave a comment on Apple Podcast. And I have a lovely newsletter called The Uncuts, which is like a Sunday dollop of warmth and fun and beauty. Subscribe to it. The link is in the show notes. And if you loved this episode, please do share it with someone you love. See you next week.